Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. So today guys, I thought that I would just do a little video under the topic of depression, because I have suffered with depression for many years now, since I was roughly around the age of 14. And I done a video a couple of months ago dealing with anxiety and panic attacks, and it didn't even get that many views, guys, so I don't want you guys to think that this is why I'm doing that video. But anyone who watched that video and anyone who commented under that video and sent me messages, like, it genuinely helped them so much. And I was so happy with how just me sitting down and talking about the ways I've dealt with it, and, like, you know, any advice I had, and just the way that that made so many people feel like 100 times better really touched me, like, a lot. So I was like, you know, depression is something I know more than my fair share about, and I thought, you know, even if this can just help one of you guys who's suffering with it, then that will really touch me as well, because I'm really just sharing what I know with you guys, and, you know, and that I done that helped me and all that great stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, guys. Please, if you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe down below if you haven't already, guys, because it means so much to me. I'm so close to 40k subscribers, guys. Woo! I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. I've only been doing this for like 7 months now, and like 40,000 people have clicked the subscribe button. It's just mind-boggling. Oh, right, into the video anyways. So in this video, I'm gonna not so much as talk about like what I went through and my story. I'm gonna more so be telling you guys what I found is really important to do while you're trying to overcome depression, or while you were struggling with it, and things that have helped me. So yeah, just really things that help a lot. And then when I'm like explaining to you guys, you know, I would probably refer back to myself a lot, but it's not going to be so much about me. If you guys want to see a separate video about that, I could always do that video, but for now, this is what we're going to do. Okay, so depression, it drains your hope, your drive, your energy, and it just makes any little task so very difficult to do. It just makes everything impossible. That's how it feels. It makes it difficult to do even what you need to do to get better, which is crazy. And when you say it, you're like, wait, what? But it does, because you're so drained. Right now, in this point in my life, this is probably the best I have been with my depression, like, since I've been 14, and I'm 19 now. So that's been like 5 years of like pretty extreme depression. Like, I still have it, I'm still being treated for it, I'm on antidepressants. I feel like I have learned a lot of things of how to cope with it and manage it and keep it like at bay. And there are times of the month or times of whatever where I'm unable to do that for certain reasons, if I'm in a really bad headspace. But overall, I think the main thing with depression is there's no cure for it. Like, so there's nothing, I can't give you a pill and I say take this and I tell you that you'll wake up in the morning and you won't be depressed anymore, because that's not how it works. Every little thing that you do contributes to you recovering more than you'll ever realise. And it can be a very slow process, as it was for me. But I've gotten here slowly, you know, and I'm feeling so much better. If I just think of how I feel now compared to that 15-year-old little girl who was so broken and so depressed and just so full of so much hurt and frustration and didn't know what to do or what was going on. So basically what I'm trying to say is that every little thing is so much more important than you realise, and you kind of have to put yourself out there and make yourself to do all of these little things, because I promise you it is going to do the world of good for you and make you the world of difference. Okay, so the first thing I would say is to reach out and stay connected. And like, I would love to put this in bold, because you don't realise how important this is. So when you're depressed, your tendency is to isolate yourself and withdraw yourself from close family and friends. Like, even reaching out to your close family and friends can be extremely difficult because you're depressed and your head is telling you to isolate, you know, withdraw. But guys, social support is essential to depression recovery. Okay, so you may be saying, how do I stay connected? How do I reach out? You know, what do I do? So a few things that you can do, and I just came up with a few examples. So look for support from people who make you feel safe and cared for. And this is very important because you have to make sure that the people you're going to are people that have your best interest at heart. And the people that you're going to talk to, that you feel safe, cared for, loved in their presence. You know what I mean? You need to make sure that you're not going to somebody who is very negative, who puts you down, who isn't there for you, you know, hasn't got your back, doesn't have your best interest at heart, you know. That's not what we want. Make FaceTime a priority because you don't realise how important like face-to-face human contact is. Like, without it, we actually go insane because we're human, like, and that's how we've been brought up since we've ever existed, is face-to-face contact. And I've even noticed this before. If I go a few days, you know, out talking to anybody face to face, apart from, you know, my mum and dad who I live with and stuff, and then after, if I do talk to one of my friends on FaceTime, or my sister or a family member or whatever, you instantly feel so much better because you feel connected, you feel like involved, you know what I mean? So I would definitely say to make like video calls or something a priority if you don't get the chance to get out much, or if you have really bad anxiety, which a lot of people do who struggle with depression. Okay, so try to keep up with social activities even if you don't feel like it, and this is so important. I know, trust me, I know how hard this is to do. I promise, like, I feel you guys, but like, I promise you, once you push yourself and make yourself actually do that thing, you are going to feel 100 times better after, and you're going to feel like you achieved something after it's over, and you're going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel like you accomplished something that day, you know what I mean? Like, even when I started YouTube, like first started, I was going through a lot of shit and I was pretty down on myself, and there were a lot of days where I was just a mess. Like, I was having emotional breakdown or whatever, and I literally had to like drag myself out of bed, like literally drag, and literally force myself, like push myself, like hop on, do it, get it done. I always felt so much better after it, and I always was so happy that I forced myself to do it, because, you know, we can't sit around moping and feeling sad for ourselves, because we have to deal with this one way or another, and we just have to go head on at it. There's nothing you can really do about it. You just really have to throw yourself into the deep end and get on with it. Get some social activities, whatever you like to do. You know what I mean? If it's like, you know, going to play football, or, you know, doing yoga or whatever, a running club, a walk, or whatever, YouTube, whatever you like to do. Okay, so find ways to support others, because supporting other people boosts your mood. You've no idea, because when you feel like you're there for someone and you're giving them support, and they, you know what I mean, they're relying on you, it makes you feel a lot better and it boosts your mood because you're doing good for the world. And care for a pet, because we all know that pets bring so much joy and companionship into your life, and, you know, even just petting a dog has been proven to relieve stress. And also, okay, so number 2 that I have is do things to make yourself feel good. So you have to do things that relax you, and you have to do things that energize you to overcome depression and give you that push that you're like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to beat you, I've got this under control, bitch. Yeah. Okay, so some things, I came up with a few examples of ways you can do this. So pick up a former hobby or sport you used to enjoy a lot. Express yourself through art, music, or writing, because we all know expressing ourselves is one of the best forms of like self-help. Go out with some friends and get your mind off things for a bit, you know, catch up with old friends, or take a day trip, you know, whatever, to wherever you want to go. get yourself out of the house for a bit, you know, get some fresh air, take a breather, and have a lovely day out with some of the best people in your life. Okay, so aim for 8 hours of sleep each night, and this is so important because I even see this from like past experiences when I, like certain years of my life when I was literally, my sleeping schedule was like, I definitely felt a lot worse in them years when my sleeping schedule was like, because like sleep is so important for our bodies and our bodies need that. So imagine like you're being depressed and you're not getting enough sleep. Like your head's just gonna be like fucked. Like your body's just gonna be like, man, what is going on? Like, this is horrible. Okay, so expose yourself to a little bit of sunlight every day. This also boosts your mood. Like, even just aim for like 15 minutes, like not direct sunlight, but you know, in the proximity. Because you're getting that vitamin D, and vitamin D is so essential into recovery of depression as well, because I think it's like certain chemicals that makes your brain release. Melatonin, I think, is one of them, and I'm not sure. Okay, and practice relaxation techniques. This is one that I still need to get myself on top of, and I'm not the best at this. So like that'd be like things like yoga, deep breathing, and meditation. Like the deep breathing thing I do a lot, but I really want to start either yoga or meditation and get into something that's really relaxing and really like clears the mind and empties the mind, you know what I mean? Okay, so here's a little tip, guys, right? So come up with a list of little things that you can do for a quick mood boost. For a quick mood boost, yeah. I was like, does that make sense? Quick mood boost, yeah. So if you make a list and like hang that somewhere where it's accessible to you, you can see it like pretty much easily, you know, and whenever you want, on the fridge, on your bedroom wall, beside your bed, wherever. And I just came up with a few little things that, you know, I thought would be on a little list. Okay, so spend some time outside or with nature. Make a list of what you like about yourself. Read a good book. Listen to some music you enjoy. Take care of a few small tasks you have to do, a few jobs you need to get done. Talk to your friends and family face to face. Take a long hot bubble bath. This cures everything, trust me. Play with a pet, and then watch a funny movie or a good TV show. Okay, so number 3 I have for you guys is to move a lot and vigorously during the day. Okay, so when you are depressed, getting out of bed can be the most difficult thing to do ever. So let alone the thought of working out when you're depressed. And I know, I've been here, I know how you feel. Exercise is such a powerful depression fighter, and that has been scientifically proven. Okay, so I'd say aim for about 30 minutes of exercise every day, and you can just start small first. So start really low, and then you could just take a 10-minute walk every day, and a 10-minute walk can actually improve your mood for up to 2 hours. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so your fatigue will actually improve a lot if you stick with it and keep, you know, putting on extra, you know, minutes to your walk or whatever, because even though, you know, you're essentially overall exhausted and very tired, but if you're building that up, it will actually lessen your fatigue, which doesn't really make any sense, but it's because you're making your body exercise. Like, your body loves exercise because it releases certain chemicals in the brain, which are the feel-good hormone and make you feel good. I think I said that in my anxiety video as well. Okay, so basically you need to find exercises where you move both your hands and your legs, because this has been proven to be the best fighter for depression of exercise. So the likes of walking, running, swimming, dancing, and weight training, and I'm sure there's plenty more, but they're just a few off the top of my head. Okay, so I have number 4 here. Eat a healthy mood boosting diet, okay? And I was also not the best at this. Like, this wasn't my area of expertise, but it is very important, guys, and I would urge you to do this if you are struggling with depression and you're trying to, you know, find ways to manage it. I would really recommend this, because I've heard that it can help a lot. What you're eating and how you feel do reflect off each other. Okay, so a few little points I'd say is, do not under any circumstances skip meals. This is the worst thing you could possibly do. Okay, so minimize like sugar and refined carbs as much as you possibly can. I know it can be very hard because we're living in an age where everything is packed with sugar and refined carbs. But anywho, deficiencies in vitamin B, especially I think it's B12 and folic acid, can actually trigger depression. So make sure you're getting your B vitamins. Okay, and number 5 I have, okay, is to challenge negative thinking. And this one is one of the harder ones probably. It depends, but this is so important, right? You need to like challenge the way you think, and a great way that I done this was read The Secret. So I would really urge you guys to get your hands on a copy of The Secret, this godsend from heaven, and I would read that book. I don't think I can explain how to, you know, challenge negative thinking any better way than that book. That book done me wonders. I actually want to start reading it again, and I want to keep reading it so I don't forget it, and I don't forget any of the things in it. But that has some amazing life lessons and really can alter your whole thinking process. It can make you do a whole 360 with your thought process, because it did with me completely. And I only read that book a few months ago, so I've definitely seen changes in my life from reading that book. Okay guys, so there are some things that really helped me and some of my best tips for overcoming and learning how to manage. And it's more so to deal and cope with our depression rather than to cure it, because let's face it, we can't cure it, and it's just one of them things that most people are gonna have to live with, and there's nothing we can do about it. So learning how to take control of it and keep it at bay and manage it and keep at a nice level is essential. And I'm just going to say as well that I am not now like completely extremely happy and not depressed at all anymore. Of course I'm not. Yesterday was actually one of my worst days. I was very depressed yesterday. I literally was boom but I also find, and this is another one for the girls, is around the time of the month, I'm nearly positive that I suffer with PMDD. It's like a way more severe version of PMS basically, but a lot of girls, because our hormones and all at that time of the month, we can feel a lot more depressed or a lot more anxious or whatever, just before a period or during it or just after. It can completely depend, but I've definitely seen a pattern of that in my life. Over the last year mainly, I was trying to see if there was a pattern there, and there definitely is. If you know that you're feeling a lot worse because your period is due or something, that can nearly just even make you feel a little bit better, because you know why you're feeling this way. Do you know what I mean? And I just want you to know that you are not alone. I promise you, you are not alone. And every single one of you guys mean so much to me, and I care about you all so bloody much, and I do my very best to show that in any way I really can. Feel free to use the comment section as a big cuddle group where we can all chat and spread the love and the positive vibes. Just be a community and come together and show the love and support one another, because we need more of that in this day and age. So guys, on that note, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I will see you in Friday's video at 5 p.m. Stay strong. Bye bye.